Without good art, life would not be worth living. Without bad art, life would be worth living. Battlestar Galactica kind of sucks. No plot, no character, no point, no and spoilers. No, there will be spoilers here. I would not argue that Battlestar Galactica objectively sucks. It sucks to me. I would argue that other things do subjectively suck, such as Family Guy or Quentin Tarantino or Radiohead. I don't think Battlestar Galactica is anywhere near the low quality of a lot of things, such as those things. I don't really remember too much of Battlestar Galactica, but I will recount some things that I do remember. 10 years or whenever ago, two friends recommended it to me. I respected their taste because they were huge fans of Star Trek The Next Generation and other things that I highly respected. And they said Battlestar Galactica was way better than Star Trek The Next Generation. I watched the whole thing, and I did not understand what was so good about it. A couple years later, I watched the whole thing, Battlestar Galactica, a second time, in hopes that I would figure out what was so good about it. And my opinion did not change. My main gripe is that none of the characters are likable or even interesting. How can I watch a show where I dislike all the characters? Another big issue I had was the whole idea of who is a Cylon seemed so pointless. It made no sense. It didn't matter who was a Cylon. The secret Cylons played no pivotal role. It might as well have been anybody or everybody who was a Cylon. The whole story made no sense. I asked my friend if he had any idea what was going on in the show. I asked him about specific plot points, like why the Cylons are undercover or why there are numerous copies of them, and he admitted he had no idea. The show seems to just be a lot of wild goose chases, red herrings, and false alarms. Can anyone say what the show is about? Finding Earth? Why? Because they got a prophecy? So it's about religion? Religion in space? I guess that's a cool idea, but the show is so boring. It is also heavy with politics, which is boring as hell to me. There is this main guy named Baltar, who is a coward and a rat and a traitor, an absolutely despicable character, and he never gets any comeuppance. In fact, he keeps getting rewarded. There was one episode I liked. I think it was the season finale of the second last season. My friend kept saying that they had the ending planned from the beginning. But then it came out. Then it ended, and it sucked. The ending sucked. The writers basically had no idea where they were going. I'd like to know why they are headed to Earth, or why they call it Earth, or if the whole thing takes place a billion years before mankind came along and named it Earth, then why do they call it Earth? Why did these Battlestar Galacticans call it Earth? And what is the deal with Starbuck being a ghost? And are Baltar and the blonde Cylon chick angels? And why? There is no overarching idea here. My friend liked it because it is gritty. He talked about how it is like a good version of Star Trek because Star Trek is too squeaky clean. I tried to tell him that the whole point of Star Trek is optimism in the future, about the future. Star Trek is idealism. Battlestar Galactica is more about realism. But still, realism doesn't have to be so boring. In closing, Battlestar Galactica is 100 times better than garbage like Star Trek Discovery. There are a lot of good things about the show. The production value, the music, the dialogue. But the plot just sucked. And the character just sucked. So overall, the show just sucked. I would just watch the last episode of season 4 and forget about the rest. Thanks for your time. If you like this, then like this. And please subscribe and comment.